Strategic alliances are partnerships where two or more companies work together to achieve objectives that would be hard to achieve alone. The deal between Starbucks and Barnes and Noble is a classic example of a strategic alliance. Starbucks brews the coffee, Barnes and Noble stocks the books. The fall of the go it alone strategy and the rise of the octopus strategy. In business, the go it alone strategy, where companies operate independently, is giving way to the octopus strategy emphasizing collaboration. Go it alone strategy. Companies work independently relying on their own resources. However, in today's competitive landscape, this approach is less effective due to the market complexity. Octopus strategy. This strategy involves forming alliances with partners to leverage strength. Similar to an octopus extending its tentacles, companies collaborate for mutual success. Example: Amazon Web Services or AWS. AWS partners with tech firms offering cloud services. This collaboration allows companies to grow, access advanced tech, and innovate together, showcasing the power of strategic partnerships. Complementary capabilities and embedded technologies. Complementary capabilities. When companies combine their unique strengths, it enhances overall performance. By leveraging each other's skills, businesses create synergies and achieve more together than alone. Embedded technologies. These are integrated into products to boost functionality. They make devices smarter, efficient, and capable of specific tasks seamlessly. Example: Apple and Intel partnership. Apple's design excellence merged with Intel's chip technology. By integrating Intel's advanced chips into Apple's devices like MacBooks and iPhones, Apple improved performance. This collaboration shows how embedding Intel's tech complemented Apple's design, resulting in high quality products offering superior user experiences. Interfirm knowledge sharing routines. Interfirm knowledge sharing routines. This refers to the process where companies share information, expertise, and insights with each other. By establishing routines for exchanging knowledge, businesses can collaborate effectively, innovate, and enhance their competitive advantage. For example, Netflix and Amazon Web Services. Netflix partners with AWS for cloud infrastructure. By leveraging AWS expertise, Netflix streamlines its video content delivery, benefiting from Amazon's cloud technology. This collaboration demonstrates how interfirm knowledge sharing routines drive innovation and efficiency, leading to mutual benefits for both companies. Forms of strategic alliance. These partnerships comes in various forms, enabling companies to collaborate for mutual benefit. Strategic alliances allows businesses to combine resources and expertise to achieve shared goals. For example, Microsoft licenses its Windows operating system to PC manufacturers like Dell and HP, enabling widespread use of its software while controlling its intellectual property. Supplier relations. Strong supplier relationships are crucial for quality innovation. Example: Toyota's relationship with its suppliers, based on the Toyota production system, ensures high quality for its vehicles and fosters continuous improvement. Outsourcing. Outsourcing involves hiring external companies to handle specific business functions. Google outsources phone and email support for AdWords to third party companies, allowing it to focus on its core business while ensuring customer service. Joint venture. Joint ventures involve two or more companies creating a new entity. For example, Sony and Ericsson's joint venture. Sony Ericsson combines Sony's consumers electronics expertise with Ericsson's telecommunication technology to produce mobile phones. Collaboration. Collaborations that don't result in a new entity but involves working together. For example, Spotify and Uber's collaboration allows Spotify users to control music during their Uber rides, enhancing the experience for customers of both services. R&D consortia. R&D consortia involves multiple organizations working together on research and development. One notable consortium is the Global Semiconductor Alliance, which includes leading semiconductor companies collaborating on advancing semiconductor technology.
Moving on to the first content of our topic, which is infringement. The agreement needs to address issues associated with infringement, such as the IP address is infringed by third parties. Confidentiality. This is a non-disclosure agreement that is usually will have been signed prior to the licensee agreement to enable exploration in terms of business. Arbitration. In this case, or this is a major disagreement about the terms of an agreement, or parties may wish to take the issue to arbitration. This can be carried out in many different ways, and it is easier to specify in the agreement the rules to be used for arbitration. Termination. Areas to consider includes the right of either party to end the agreement for no reason at all, the rights of either the party that has performed when confronted with a party that refuses to perform, material breach issues, and lastly, the length of the notification of breaching activity and time given to the breaching party to cure the breach before losing rights and or being charged penalties. Second content of our topic, it is about the risks and limitations with strategic alliances. A strategic alliance also has a downside. It can lead to competition rather than cooperation, to loss of competitive knowledge, to conflicts resulting from incompatible cultures and objectives, and also to reduce management control. There is evidence to suggest that strategic alliances may harm a firm's ability to innovate. The creation of closely structured networks of relationships may produce increased complexity, loss of autonomy, and information asymmetry. To avoid these problems, management should anticipate business risks related to partnering, carefully assess their partners, and also conduct comprehensive resource planning and allocation of resources to the network and develop and foster social networks. Third content of our topic is about the role of trust in strategic alliances. According to the strategic management literature, firms with a global presence, in particular those operating in technology-intensive sectors, are increasingly reliant on collaborative technology development. Openness and free exchange of information, however, make companies more vulnerable to risks of information leakage. The problem of trust emerges most clearly in collaborative technology development. But, in order to reap the benefits from collaborative technology development, companies, or more precisely, research managers, needs to be able to trust their partners. Fourth content of our topic, that is about the concept of trust. Trust is not the same as confidence. For example, supporters of football teams are confident that their team will work hard and win some games over the course of the season, but they trust their players, managers, and club that collectively the organization will try to win, that the results are not fixed through corruption. Both confidence and trust are based on expectations about the future, but trust entails the exposure to the risks of opportunistic behavior by others. One can say that an agent exhibits trust when he or she has no reason to believe that the trusted other will exploit this opportunity. It is important to keep in mind that trust is practiced and exercised between individuals, even if they represent an organization. Trust is a personal judgment and carries an emotional as well as a cognitive dimension. Fifth content of our topic is about innovation risk and strategic outsourcing. Outsourcing is originally was confined to peripheral business functions and motivated mainly by a cost-saving logic, but has now developed into a routine strategic management move that affects not only peripheral functions but also the heart of the competitive core of organizations. Strategic outsourcing goes beyond traditional outsourcing in the sense that competitive advantages are being sought through opening up all business functions, including the core competencies, which should provide competitive advantage to whoever can provide the perceived best solution, internal or external. As a consequence of the problem of leveling out of leading-edge expertise, the innovation impact of outsourcing is not limited to the issue of core competencies and the need of companies to retain that at least the absorptive capacity to exploit innovations that have been developed by outside service providers. Eating you alive from the toes up. Many firms believe that many activities can be outsourced, but that their creative knowledge development should be retained. However, even in the R&D and new product development arenas, some firms have turned outside for help too. First one is to obtain additional expertise. Second one, put together additional resources. Third one is to reduce development costs. Fourth is to reduce time to market. And lastly is to develop new areas of competencies. The risk here, of course, is that once a firm outsources its R&D and new product development, one is left wondering what it does do.
Game theory. According to Adam Hayes, game theory is the study of how and why individuals and entities make decisions about their situations. For example, there are two suspects that will be interrogated by the police, and the outcome will depend on their answer. In quadrant 1, if Dave does not confess, he might get jailed for 20 years, and if Henry confesses, he will not be jailed. In quadrant 2, if Dave and Henry does not confess, both of them might get jailed for 1 year. In quadrant 3, if Dave confess, he will not be jailed, and if Henry confess, he might be jailed for 20 years. In quadrant 4, if Dave and Henry both confess, then they might get be jailed for 5 years. The use of game theory to analyze strategic alliance. Research using game theory has suggested that some alliances are inherently more likely than others to be associated with high opportunity to cheat, high behavioral uncertainty, and poor stability, longevity, and performance. In 2010, Toyota invested 50 million USD to Tesla to make a hybrid car. After 2 years, they successfully made a Toyota RAV4, a car that can be run by electricity or by fuel. This car became popular, but after 6 years, Toyota and Tesla separated ways because Tesla company wants to keep their pride as an electric car that is environmental friendly. Use of alliance in implementing technology strategy. As we have seen, alliance often are pursued as ways to explore new applications, new technologies, or both. By their very nature, they confront uncertainty and knowledge asymmetry between the partners. Consequently, there are many calls for full explicit agreements with plan to be signed in advance of any collaboration, especially by accountants and lawyers. Yet, this can prevent and hinder collaboration because the lack of familiarity between the partners. What is often required is a more informational approach and to enable both parties to learn from each other. Moreover, the collaboration and learning often evolves over time and the parties begin to understand one another better.
When we say strategic alliance is an alliance of collaboration established to pursue shared goals while maintaining the independence of two or more entities such as businesses or organizations. Usually the purpose of this alliance is to take advantage of one another's advantage, be they financial, human, or other in order to accomplish shared objectives such breaking into untapped markets, creating noble goods, or exchange technologies. A network, on the other hand, is a collection of related things or people who are bound by common goals, relationship, or interests. Social networks, commercial networks, and professional networks are just examples of the various shapes of networks can take. They help members communicate, work together, and share resources. These are 5 criteria of strategic alliance. Strategic fit. This criteria assesses whether the alliance aligns with the overall strategic objectives of the involved parties. It involves evaluating whether the alliance help each other partners achieve its strategic goals, such as expanding into new markets, accessing new technologies, or reducing costs. Compatibility. Compatibility refers to the extent to which the cultures, values, and operating styles of the partnering firms are homogeneous, a strong cultural fit can facilitate effectively communications, collaboration, and decision-making within the alliance. Resource contributions. Each partner's contributions of resource such as capital, technology, expertise, or market access is a crucial factor in determining the viability of the alliance. Partners must assess whether the resources they bring to the table complement each other and whether they are sufficient to achieve the desired objectives. Risk and reward sharing. Strategic alliances involve sharing risk and rewards between partners. These criteria involve determining how risks will be managed and how rewards, such as profit or market share gains, or will be distributed among partners. Governance and control. Governance structures and decision-making processes within the alliance are essential factors to consider. Partners need to agree how the alliance will be managed, how decisions will be made, and how conflicts will be resolved. Let us now proceed with the advantage and disadvantage of strategic alliance. In the industry, strategic alliance offer numerous benefits. They also come with risk challenges that need to be carefully managed and addressed to ensure successful collaboration and the realization of mutual objectives, ensuring the advantage and disadvantage of its necessary. In advantage, the following may gather. Access to resources and expertise. Strategic alliances enable firms to access resources, capabilities, and expertise that they may not possess internationally. They can include technology, know-how, distribution channels, or marketing knowledge, enhancing their competitive advantage. Risk sharing. By partnering with other firms, companies can share the risks associated with new ventures, market expansion, or product development. This helps mitigate individual risks and financial burdens. Cost savings. Collaborating with the partners can lead to the cost savings through the shared expenses, economies of scales, or efficiencies in productions, distributions, or research and development. Market expansions. Strategic alliance provide opportunities to enter new markets or reach new customer segments more quickly and cost effectively than through organic growth or solo effort. Enhanced innovations. Pooling resources and expertise through alliance can foster innovation and creativity by combining different perspective, technologies, and capabilities. In disadvantage, the following may consider. Loss of control. Forming alliance often requires relinquishing some level of control over certain aspects of the business. Difference in goals, strategies, or decision-making processes among partners can lead to conflicts and challenges in governance. Confidentiality risk. Sharing proprietary information with alliance partners can pose risk to confidentiality and intellectual property protections, particularly if the property safeguards and agreements are not in place. Dependency on partners. Over-reliance on alliance partners can critical resources or capabilities can leave a company vulnerable or distributions, conflicts, or or change in the partner's priorities or circumstances. Coordination challenge. Managing complex relationships and coordinating activities across multiple organizations can be challenging, leading to delays, miscommunication, or inefficiencies. Potential for competitors' misuse. In certain cases, alliances with competitors may inadvertently lead to the transfer of sensitive information or technologies that could be exploited to the detriment of one partner.